All right, welcome back to the nimrodjaune podcast. I'm your host, Shaka Wally, and welcome back. This is the first podcast of me turning 18. This is crazy, but yeah, welcome back. Shout out to all my Apple Podcast listeners, Spotify listeners. Shout out to all the people on YouTube that watch. Shout out to y'all. Thank you guys for all the support on the latest videos or any videos in general. Thank you. And we've been growing crazy, so thank you for all the subs we've gained. Thank you. Let's jump right into it. So, I would have said a couple days ago, I was doing some reflecting because I feel like I need to really gain a deeper sense of self. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm doing some reflecting. I'm really trying to find bits and pieces of myself that I felt like I haven't touched on yet. For the most part, I was just meditating, but I didn't have any purpose to it. It was just more so doing it for the sake of doing it, not actually doing it to go and find something that I might repress or something I might not even know I do consciously. You know what I'm trying to say? And I was reaching the point, for some reason, the mental point of, I don't think I really have that much wrong with me. Nope. I got onto one thought, and one thought led to another thought, and another thought led to another barrel of other thoughts. And it kind of led me to the a conclusion that my actions are mainly out of two things: fear, ego. It's really one or the other. Majority of my actions are out of ego. It's very rarely. Most people don't actually see my actions out of fear. It's mainly when I'm not on camera or I'm not in front of my friends or even in front of my family. It's mainly when I'm in my own room that I might do something out of fear. And of course, that's how it is. Majority of my actions in the present, in front of the camera, in front of my family, friends, or the public in general, is out of ego. It's mainly with the attitude of I don't care if this comes back to me. So that's mainly how I carry myself, in the sense of, if what I do gets back to somebody, they approach me on it, I have no problem or I have no shame telling them why I did it or anything like that. I have no shame. But then I went a little bit deeper. I'm like, is there anything I can give in specific that's out of fear? And I started thinking, and I thought I got on the tip of advice. And I'm like, do I give advice out of fear? And I was thinking, maybe I do give advice out of fear. And what I mean by that is, I think I like to avoid seeing others in pain, or I don't like to see pain in general. So if I can offer advice to somewhat relinquish my own sense of fear that you may possess, I will do it. And it's very weird because it's still very selfish. Like, why do I have fear that another person might, or why do I care that another person might have a sense of fear? It's very selfish. And I don't really plan on changing it, to really be honest. I don't think I will. If I do, it happens. But as of right now, the fear and ego side of myself, I'm not all too mad at them. I know I made a video saying, like, I think it was my last pod on my birthday. No, I didn't. It was some other video. I don't even remember what video it was. But basically I said, yeah, this is who I am. And there's nothing I can really do about it. Like, my ego is an integrated part of who I am as a person. My ego is a very big part of me. It's a very integrated part of who I am as a person. And even though that is a bad thing to a certain extent, I don't view it as a bad thing, because my ego is exactly who I am. I don't really know how else to word it better. I don't really know how else to really change my ego or even cut some parts out. Because I can cut some parts out, I'm fine trimming my ego. But there will never be a time where I attack the middle directly, because that will be pretty much a direct stab at myself, my point of self. And I know somebody in the past commented, like, your sense of self, like your ego is not who you actually are. But if I peel, and I think I made a video on this as well, but if I peel back my ego, I don't know who I am. Like, my ego is such an like fear and ego are such a very, both of them are like both sides of me to the point where I can't have one without the other. And I'm probably not alone on this, but I'm the only one I feel in my own life that's like has both these sides, where it's the ego side and then it's the fear side. The ego side is the sense of bravado we all carry, and the fear side is the sense of isolation, the sense of wanting like certain actions you don't want to do. To some people have a very high-tuned sense of fear, in the sense of they know the result of this, so they fear that even coming about, so they just nip it in the bud immediately. That's why I'm saying I don't think these two are bad inherently, because I need the sense of fear. I need to know, okay, I know this will lead down this path. Do I want it to go down this path? No, I fear this outcome. So let's cut that out, unless it's something that, actually, there is nothing that it could really do. If I fear the outcome of whatever it could be, let's try to change it so where it could change the outcome of whatever I want it to be. That level of fear is good. And the level of ego, the bravado, like I mentioned earlier, that's also good. It starts to become a problem when I'm overcompensating with one or the other. Like I'm overcompensating with the fear side instead of me having the ego side. Or I'm compensating with the ego side because the fear is just down or whatever. I need to be able to counterbalance the two. You know what I'm trying to say? I need to be able to stabilize both of them and get rid of that feeling of over-reliance. And I remember this was, I think the next day, I told my friend about it. She was like, you must be doing a good job of it, because I never knew a majority of your actions were out of ego. She called it ambition. Tomato to me. Like ego, ambition, basically they're synonymous with each other. You can interchange them. It doesn't really matter to me. But it's weird. It's very weird. I never knew this. And this is one thing reflecting, I'm always gaining a different perspective of something I never thought was true, or I never thought of until it came about, until I had the realization dawn on me. And all my actions, it just starts to appeal to me. Oh, I do that. Oh, I did fear that outcome. And I did go around the other way. I did fear this whole thing blowing it up in my face, so I went in a circle around, complete victory lap, so it does not blow up in my face. When I get those moments, I really feel like I've made a breakthrough, especially when I've been stagnant. So I was going up here. I just coasted. I was just meditating. Then I hit. Oh. It's gonna take me some time before I even have another revelation where it's like, oh, whoa. I do that? That's like that question right there, I do that, is the most, it's probably the best question I could describe anytime I discover something about myself. I do that? Why do I do that? That doesn't make sense to me. No, that doesn't even sound like me. Come to find out, it is me. It's very weird. It's very, very weird. And I don't really even know the length of this podcast, but I just felt like I had to get that out of my brain before I could advance and do anything else. I just had to get that out. But yeah, see y'all next week. Subscribe if you like the video. Like if you like the podcast on all that platforms. Rate me 5 stars, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.